Women are upset that men aren't approaching them in public anymore. There's a new trend going on where women will go put themselves out there, dress up a little more, make themselves seem a little perkier in an attempt to get men to approach them, and the men aren't approaching them, and they're upset about it. Newsflash, ladies, y'all created this problem. Y'all supported the feminist cause that said men should be shamed for approaching women. Y'all created imaginary boyfriends who don't exist to say, I'm not interested. But because you didn't have the balls to say I'm not interested, you said, I have a boyfriend, and made an excuse. And now there's the T app, which is publicly doxing and shaming men for approaching and talking and dating women. So explain to me how you plan on fixing this problem that you created.
Every time a boy calls a girl crazy, I just really can't help but wonder what he did to make her crazy.
And this is why a lot of men don't even bother dating anymore, because women are getting more and more entitled and they back other women for their bad behavior. What about the women that cheat or do horrible things or treat their man badly, constantly for no apparent reason? But you want to sit here and act like it's still somehow his fault? Sometimes the nicest men are the ones that deal with the most horrible women. And it's not all women, of course not. The thing that bothers me the most about videos like this is I know the most toxic type of women are seeing these type of videos. And then they feel validated in the things that they do to men, in the ways they hurt others, in their entitlement. What worries me is women make videos like this, and then they get older, and maybe they have kids, and they have sons. Are you really okay with your son potentially being treated like that with a woman? Because if you have this logic, it applies to everything. It applies everywhere. This includes your family, who are men. Are you this invalidating towards all of men and what they deal with?
This is why women attack men when they're happy.
Women attack men when men are happy?
Mm-hmm.
What's an example? Oh, like sports.
Exactly. Ugh, he's so full of himself. And we'll do something to take him down.
So wait, why do women do that?
Because happiness and power comes together in a man's body, and the power is scary. And so we have to diminish the power. So we will attack them when they're happy. They come home, they caught a big fish, or whatever it was they did. If it wasn't something that I did that gave you that feeling, then that's a problem. We never say, you hurt my feeling.
No.
You hurt my feelings. Because they're all right here, and it feels like you stabbed me in the chest or you crushed.
It's just so minimal to me what he does for her every time. A birthday, flower, dinners, a gift. Anniversary, flowers, dinners, gift. Like, it's the same over and over and over and over again.
Is it
and
your
I'm like,
marriage?
girl, you deserve better. There's over 70 luxury resorts in the United States alone. Even if he just took you to one a year, it would take y'all a lifetime. Literally. You should not just be at home all the time when y'all doing big celebrations like this. Like, I feel like you're just accepting, and this is what pisses me off so much about it, is that whenever she's talking about him and stuff that he does, it's always spectacular. But when she talks about stuff that he does for her, like, yes, it's nice, but it's not spectacular in comparison to what he does for himself. I'm like, girl, this man does not like you. He's with you. You're integrated into his life. Yeah, he may say he loves you, but he does not like you. Okay, for his birthday, this video getting a little long, so I'm gonna do part 2.
Yeah, he loves you, but he does not like you. And I don't know if I can process that. But anyways, is this your marriage? Is this your marriage? Do you know what conversation they're having? Do you know if she was the one who requested that? You don't know. How are you going to be more mad than her? She's probably happy with whatever she's getting, and you're over here being mad. I would have ended the friendship with you too. Because you chat too much. It's not your marriage. Shut the up and move on.
We're going to ourselves for you to get what you want. I a slow whenever I hear women say that they can't submit. Submit does not mean to give up. It means to give over.
Oh, I love that.
And the problem with most people and that word, they don't understand that it's the highest form of teamwork. I submit to my wife all day. She sets everything in the house. The thermostat, the sleeping arrangement, what side we sleep on, physical touch, the schedule, the food, everything that moves our house, my wife sets.
And are you okay with that?
We're together for 28
You're okay
years.
with that.
So the entire day, I'm submitting to my wife.
Yep.
So I expect her, hello, every single one of you women who got your faces up.
Let's hear this.
I expect her to submit to my provision about specific areas because I submit to her all day. It's a dance. You already tell me what kind of woman you are spiritually when you tell me that you can't submit to your man. First of all, you chose him. So that's not a him problem. That's a you problem. Because you chose him. If you tell me that you can't submit to me when all I do all day, every day, is submit to you, we submit to the comfort of our wives all day, every day. That's the way it's supposed to be.
is.
So now it should be a dance.
Early on in our relationship, we both had to learn what that word meant.
Yes.
We're submitting to each other. We're submitting to the mission.
Said it seems like men don't want to be men no more. And I said, why you say that? She was like, because a lot of men have a problem with taking care of a woman. I said, no. That's not what it is. The problem is y'all want everything, but y'all don't want to give back nothing.
Anything.
That's the problem. Like I have no problem with taking care of my woman, looking out for her. But my problem is if I'm doing all of this and there's no respect, there's no gratitude, there's no appreciation, there's no reciprocation, and that's the problem.
I have a TikTok going a little viral right now because it ended up triggering a whole group of women. Essentially what I said is that there are women that will leave their marriage simply because she isn't happy. Yet men will tolerate years of disrespect in order to maintain the commitment that he made to that marriage. For those of you that get it, you either one, have experienced this yourself, or you've witnessed very closely somebody that has gone through it. Two, you understand that this is not always the case across the board, but you understand that it does happen, so it can be validating to those that have experienced it. Number three, somewhere in the last 5 videos that you just swiped up on, you saw a video that a man was being blamed for whatever it was in the relationship, that it was his fault. At least one of them is giving a woman's perspective on relationships or dating. And lastly, 4, how many videos do you see out there where a woman is getting a divorce or she's thinking about getting a divorce simply because she's not happy? It's happening, ladies. It's happening.
Edgar Allan Poe, he has a poem and he said, years of love forgot in the hatred of a moment. That's how women think. Years of love is forgotten in the hatred of a moment. That moment is the most important. Like that, it don't matter. You could have just bought her a helicopter 3 days ago. She forgot about it. That it's just that moment, like how they feel at that time. She's willing to throw away everything just for that hatred. Like, I hate you right now. Like how I feel right now is the most important. Again, it negates all intellect, it negates all logic, it negates all intelligence. It's really just, the feelings are not even, a lot of times they're not even real.
You don't simp for women because there's too many women that are just foul right now, right? Where have all the good women gone? We ask ourselves. Well, they're few and far between, and particularly in the cities. When you simp to these women, and these young women are really hardened and they're entitled, and there's an ugliness from the inside out. Do you not see it? When you simp to them, they get the idea that they can do no wrong. They get the idea that no matter what they do, you will be there to take it all, to absorb all that, whatever they have. They want to be nasty to you. They want to treat you like garbage, whatever it may be. And most importantly, guys, they get the idea that the power dynamic is in their court. They hold power, and you do not.
We don't need men anymore. Women are doing just fine without them.
Then the first step is simple. Leave the cities men built, switch off the electricity men maintain, get off the apps men created, and go prove it in the wild where it all began.
That's not what I meant.
Exactly. You're saying we don't need men on a platform built by men, using phones engineered by men, inside a society overwhelmingly built and maintained by men. That's not independence, that's dependence with Wi-Fi. And if men spent every day saying we don't need women, the internet would call it misogynists. Men don't need to announce their value. They built the world you're using to deny it.
More and more Gen Z women are trying to date millennial men because they missed the red pill manosphere stuff. So millennial men are like more normal than Gen Z men.
No way.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like if you do polling, generally speaking, young men are as conservative as about 70-year-old men.
Really?
And as a young woman, you might not even be, you know, a leftist or an anti-capitalist. You might just believe that you should have the right to vote. It's really difficult for those women to date. Like, luckily, I'm in a very happy relationship, but I feel like it's like the last helicopter out of Nam. Like,
Right,
that's what it feels like.
You got outside.
Yes.
You know what I find funny is sometimes women are talking about, there's a man saying, man, you about to be alone with your cats and stuff like that. Oh, don't threaten me with a good time. And they've even gotten men on their side, some of them talking about, oh, you're threatening women with a good time. It's a good time until it's not. It's a good time until, oh, I'm 25, I'm the life of the party, and men are trying to warn you, hey, besides all of that other noise, you know, it's funny to talk about, oh, you're going to die alone, you're going to be with your cats, but, you know, all jokes aside, you're going to want to start looking for somebody. I know you probably want a spouse, a significant other. I know you probably want a companion, so you should start looking now. And they don't listen to that. And they end up having to get a dog or a cat as their companion. And over the years, they have to kind of keep that dog because they can't find anybody that they really want. Really can't find anybody that they like. And they'll sit up there and blame it on men. Oh, well, you know, there's so many trash men out here, yada, yada, yada. Or maybe the men that you had the best chance with have moved on to other things. They just got tired of waiting on you and they went in another direction. You ever think about that?
I don't think men like women anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that men desire us women anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Us real women. I don't think that they value us like they used to. Men aren't really putting out effort.
Why should
They're not putting out any type of effort like they used to. Taking a girl on a date becomes an issue. You know, spending money on a woman is an issue. You should have your own money as a woman. Going out to do something fun is an issue. Why don't you just come over to the house and we could do something in the house? I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm from New York, but I see women all over the globe complain about what's happening with men nowadays. Is it women that's not making themselves desirable anymore? Because there are beautiful women out here, beautiful women, ambitious women, caring women, nurturing women who are outside looking for love, and men that just can't keep up with that. Like,
what?
They're not communicating with them. They're not willing to hang out and do fun things.
Bro, I wouldn't like them either if I was a guy. And I don't like them either. And I'm a woman. They're annoying. They're not dating for love. They're dating for money.
I've had a lot of inappropriate relationships with men, with women, a lot of men, a lot of women. I was sucking. I was in bars, cars, closets, trains, basically. I mean, shit, I had a couple ran on me. I'm a runner, I'm a track star, all of that. Like, it was bad. And I'm not proud of it. And I want to publicly apologize for my choices and my decisions. You know, I was eating ass. And I don't even do that for my husband. So I don't know. I take full accountability. You know, it's not something that's because of my family situation. It's not like I had a bad father or a bad mother growing up. It was nothing wrong like that. I had a loving family, loving siblings. Was raised well. I like being
I really have a bone to pick with men because I'm trying to set my brother up on dates, right? And I made a dating profile for him. I did. Shut up. I did. Because, you know, he's a gorgeous man and he needs to be set up with someone so that I can have a fun sister-in-law, right? Like, I need another friend. And I need her to be good because she's going to be part of our lives, right? So I need to, whatever. And I made him a dating app. And all these girls, like, are gorgeous, beautiful girls online. And so I swipe right on them and they swipe right on him. And he won't message any of them. And he's just like, oh, they're not my type. And I'm like, they're my type, though. They're my type. Like, this is a family affair. And just talk to them. And, like, these are, like, well-educated, gorgeous, fit girls who look like they have fun personalities. He won't message a single one of them.
Absolutely goes to show what women find attractive in each other is different than what men find attractive in women. And that is why this plan will never work. Honestly, the only smidgen of chance that this could work is if that sister actually listened to her brother. And to then be able to filter out the women that are on this dating app that he would be interested in without judging his preferences. Because we know there's a double standard where women can talk about their dating preferences all day long, but a man, if he starts to talk about his dating preferences, he's usually ashamed. So yeah, the sister is probably not going to get the pick that she wants, right? Because it's his life, and she would need to put that aside if she actually wants to help her brother.
Why is it that average women don't want to get with average men? Which I have said, and I'm on record as saying that is the number one problem for everything. For anything, any gender divide, any gender issue for today can be distilled down to one root. Average women don't want to get with average guys. Simple as that. Average women have been raised for the last at least 3 or 4 generations of women have been raised to believe that they are entitled to. They deserve no less than a higher value man than they themselves see themselves as. And remember, how many times have we talked about how women have inflated egos and have inflated their own sense of value? All you got to do is watch whatever podcast for a quick example of that, right? Women all think they're 10s, unless they're really super hot, and then they have a more realistic idea of like where they really are. Yeah. I love that.
They're conservative always.
It's funny because we get on Access Vegas. Well, especially around January when they start having the auditions for like the bottle girls and the waitresses and stuff like that who work at the pools, like at Cirque and Wet Republic and stuff like that. They are like, you ever come to Vegas? I'm just going to tell you this like right now. If you want to see where the hot chicks are, they're not going to fuck you, but because they work there, they're atmosphere models and stuff too. But the bottle girls and the girls who are like truly like 9s on the Tomasi scale, 9s, 9.5s, right? You're going to find them at Cirque. You're going to find them at the pool. You're going to at Tao Beach Club. You're going to find them at Live. You're going to find them at, I guess maybe the Sahara's pool. You'll find them at Bel Air. You'll find them at Durango pool, right? Those chicks right there, they know where they rank because they had to get those jobs with women who are pretty close in rank to where they were, right? So if a chick who says, I'm an 8.5, and you go, my God, you're
average women don't want average guys because they think that they're not average. They think that they're above average. How's that going to translate in the dating marketplace? You have average women that are going to be chasing after either exceptional or above average men. They're going to curve men who are average, who are actually on their level. That's why you get caught up with boys and in situationships and a guy never committing to you or a guy who's cheating on you because you're shooting out of your league. So if you think you're a 10, surely you must deserve a 10. You're going to chase after Chad. You're going to spend your 20s a bunch of dudes. You're never going to like actually get into a proper monogamous relationship. You'd rather have the divided attention of a hyper attractive guy than actually have commitment from like an average dude because you think you're above average. That's the problem in the dating marketplace. And that's why this is a humble check. Should women submit to men?
No.
Women should not submit to men?
No.
Okay. Are you Christian?
Yes.
Okay. Do you agree with her on those things?
To some extent, I believe like submitting should be 50-50.
And then what do you think?
Literally the same thing that she said.
But you're all Christians?
Yes.
Are you Catholic?
No, just Protestant.
Protestant, Catholic. It's funny because I'm agnostic and I go harder for Christianity than actual Christians do. You don't believe in submission. You don't believe in submission. This is completely incoherent and contradictory to your own worldview that you claim to be a part of, your own perspective. You claim to be Christians. Ephesians 5:22, wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands as you do to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church. Now as the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit to their husbands in everything. Do you believe that the Bible is the inspired word of God?
Yes.
If scripture is God-breathed, then rejecting clear commands is disagreement with God. Do you disagree with God?
No.
Okay, so the scripture that I cited to you before, wives obey your husbands, wives submit yourselves to your husbands, you guys are disagreeing with the scripture. So you're disagreeing with God. Is that tenable as a Christian?
No, it is not.
The harder it is to talk to you, the less your man is going to want to. A lot of women don't even realize that they are the reason that communication is. You think the problem is he doesn't know how to express himself. But from his point of view, talking to you started feeling like something he has to prepare for. Every interaction started feeling like it could possibly turn into something to address, something to fix, something to go back and forth about. And that constant pressure, it gets tiring. So now you have to be honest with yourself. Are you responding to things based on what they actually are? Or are you giving small moments the same weight as real issues? Because not everything needs your attention right away. And not every moment needs to turn into we need to talk. Certain things you have to let slide. You cannot be on every hill. Discernment. You have to know what actually matters and what does not deserve that level of energy. If you're not careful, you will become the woman he dreads talking to. And once it gets to that point, he checks out.
Women think they want equality when it comes to income, status, and jobs. But the truth is, the same women hit 35, 40, and they begin to think to themselves, I need to find a partner because I need to make a family stat. The truth is, when you come to this realization at that age, it is too late. The kind of man you want no longer is looking at you, though they may have looked at you 10 years ago. Don't neglect trying to find a partner for a career. It's the wrong choice.
And a lot of these modern women, when a man is essentially asking you, how are you going to fix the issues that you've created? How are you going to fix your side? It always sounds harsh to them. It always sounds like men hate women. But really, seriously, what are you going to do? How are you going to fix your side of the issue? And the answer a lot of times is that they don't plan on fixing that. They plan on the man doing it. You're the leader. You're the man. Things are easier for you. So you fix it. I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to hold myself accountable. I'm not going to say sorry. I'm not going to do any of that. You fix it.
That's so funny considering there's so many women for years now that have told men that they're creepy or called them a variety of names or filmed and posted them on social media. And now we're saying we want men to approach again? What's in it for him? Also, what, he's supposed to approach you so he can take you out to a nice place, spend a ton of money, only to have you ghost him afterwards? Or expect him to take you out somewhere fancier and more expensive because nothing he does is ever good enough? Also, it doesn't take long to scroll through social media and see a woman complaining about being approached. It used to be a man would approach a woman, get rejected nicely, and she would feel flattered that he even had the courage to do that. She would mostly keep it to herself, maybe tell a couple close friends, but it wouldn't be blasted online for everyone to see. That's embarrassing. Also, it used to be women would drop their handkerchief on the floor or the ground and he would pick it up for her. So she would actually technically make the first move. Or you'd see ladies walk up and give a man a receipt or a little piece of paper with her phone number on it. But now women want a man to magically read her mind that she's interested. We even see women who get approached who are like, why would you even approach a woman like me? Like she's so much better than him.
Men are not approaching women anymore. Let's talk about why. So the manosphere will say that it's because women have become impossible. They're too entitled, they're too quick to reject, men are terrified of getting Me Too'd. But that explanation is wrong, and it's keeping a lot of men stuck. The actual reason is that approaching a stranger takes a specific set of social skills. It requires tolerating awkwardness, handling no without freaking out, being willing to look a little bit cringe, and being willing to summon the courage in the first place. Those are skills that are built through practice, and an entire generation has grown up doing most of their social interaction through a screen, which means none of that practice has happened. The research on social skills backs this up. Like any skill, the ability to approach people degrades when it's not used. The muscles for in-person rejection, small talk with strangers, and reading a live face in real time are being used less than at any point in recorded history. Also, there is a cultural piece to this. Women are more alert in public spaces than they used to be. They're more on guard. Men who want to approach in a polite way are having to be more thoughtful about how their attention lands. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it does make the old default of just go say hi more complicated than it once was. We should be accepting that some people will not want your attention, and that's not a personal insult. We should lead with curiosity instead of performance and be willing to be a little awkward. The men who are dating well right now are the ones who have made peace with the slightly uncomfortable, treating rejection as learning instead of a personal slight. And I think that's the real path forward, not the blame game that the manosphere is selling.
Okay, so there are a decent number of profiles like this. Okay, 31, female, based in the US, event coordinator, average looking in my opinion, and wearing heavy makeup with false lashes in all of her photos, including the casual ones. Here are some excerpts of her profile. I would like someone who is physically my type, attractive, fit, full head of hair, 5'11" or above, at least an 8 or 9 out of 10. Looks matter to me. He must be educated and have a stable job well into 6 figures. Someone who is emotionally intelligent and a high-value man who understands the worth of a woman in a relationship. I won't tolerate anyone who does not know how to treat someone like a lady. I have high standards and I'm not interested in anyone who is trying to lower my standards. Now, this person is rejected because I don't think that the person that she wants will want her back. I mean, I've already seen profiles like this, and she doesn't meet their requirements. But what's very interesting to me is this discourse about trying to lower my standards. I've actually seen that sentiment a bunch of times in my comment section, and I don't actually know what that means. I think it's a very weird thing to say. Like, what do you mean other people are trying to lower your standards? Nobody cares what your standards are, and nobody cares even more to try and lower them. This is a free market, so you can have all of the standards that you want. You can ask for a billionaire if you want, but people also have to choose you. Now, as a matchmaker, I can factually tell you that based on what you're looking for, those people who do meet your requirements, whether or not they would want you back or not. So at some point, especially for someone in my position, it's simply about reality. And what I would say to this person is, hold on to your standards, hold on to them tight, and find yourself someone.
Wonder why women are able to get over a relationship so quickly? How they're able to just monkey branch the next guy, not even give it a thought? Meanwhile, the guy's heart is broken and they just are cold-blooded? You guys ever wonder why? I'll tell you why. It's a biological imperative, my friends. Okay, it's called Briffel's Law. Basically, once the man stops providing value to her, she's going to end the relationship, okay? The formation of the relationship and the existence of the relationship is basically based on the female's needs and if they're still being met. If they're not, the relationship more than likely will end. Because like I've told you guys before, women are professional and biological resource extractors. If they're no longer able to extract from you, the time is ticking and they will leave. And this is a very uncomfortable reality that we don't teach young men. Briffel's Law, also known as Briffel's Law of the animal family, states that in animal societies, the female, not the male, determines the conditions of family life. This means that if the female doesn't see a benefit in associating with the male, no such association will occur. Burn this into your brain, guys. Briffel's Law, also known as Briffel's Law of the animal family, states that in animal societies, the female, not the male, determines the conditions of family life. This means that if the female doesn't see a benefit in associating with the male, no such association will occur. In essence, the female's needs and preferences dictate the social structure and relationships within a species. Okay? You guys gotta burn this to your brain. Okay? This law right here is gonna keep you from simping. This law right here is going to aware you on how women really move. So when they break up with you and you're sitting there crying, wondering why are they so cold-blooded?
Here's my hot take, and it's probably going to piss a lot of you off. Men only want to be fed and left alone. And the reason that they get mad is because at least one of 3 of these things is not happening.
12 seconds later.
I'm laughing at myself because I just rewatched that video and wow. I'm too evolved for because in this moment, I am realizing that I have a lot of work to do around hating men. And who would have thought that if I want men to respect me, I need to respect them as well.
Here's my hot take that might ruffle some feathers. She is only scratching the surface, and absolutely she's right in that she needs to do a ton of work at dismantling her hate for men. But it is not just that men need respect. Like, absolutely they need that. Like, I think that is a human decency, like, basic for anybody. But what the man needs that you're wanting to be in a relationship with is for you to understand men, for you to understand him. And that historically is what women struggle with the most, because what it takes from women is not always being right, taking accountability, saying I'm sorry, and putting the relationship needs beyond your own personal gain. That is what most women struggle with, even women that already respect men as a whole. Unfortunately, the men that come along and try to help her in the healing process, those are the guys that are like most likely the really good guys. They are genuine and they are patient and they are loyal. Unfortunately, those are the guys that end up getting the most hurt, and that is what's really messed up.
I'm 31 years old, single, and I'm not on dating apps. And over the weekend, I had a girl ask me, well, where are you going to meet men? And I said, I'm not going anywhere to meet men, meaning I'm not leaving my house and deciding where I'm going and what I'm doing based on if I'm going to meet men there or not. However, with that being said, I then told her my list of places I go and I have gone where I've had success meeting men. So I'm going to tell you. Number 1 is the gym. And ladies, I hate to say this to you, you're not going to meet men in Pilates. You're going to have to either go lift weights or do some boot camp related or run clubs. That's another great one. Another great place to meet men is events, sporting events, concerts, any sort of event, even the rodeo. There are even rodeos here in New Jersey. Events, amazing. Another one, hobbies. Get into hobbies that you actually enjoy, because if you meet someone doing it, that means they like the hobby that you enjoy too. And that's an automatic connection. So like pickleball, for me, it's golf. In general, I try to avoid meeting people in nighttime settings where there's alcohol involved. I would much rather meet someone during the day where no one's drinking and we're doing healthy activities. So those are all the places that I've had success meeting men. But ladies, for the love of God, please do not leave your house thinking to yourself, where should I go today to meet a man? No, we're leaving our house thinking to ourselves, where do I want to go today? Because that's something that I want to do and where I want to go. And you know what will happen? If you end up meeting someone there, it's just because you're doing something that you enjoy and you want to do, and you're already going to be in alignment naturally with that person.
Men are not choosing the bear. You guys did. You created that nonsense to demonize men. And there's no competition when these men don't even want these types of women anyway. They don't want you. They don't want man haters, because they are the ones who mistreat men just for being men. No, they're not gonna mess with you. So go on, go to the woods with your bear that shits in the woods that you picked.
And you know, sometimes you listen to some of these women and they're explaining the different aspects of the psyche of women. And I think one clip talked about how women get upset when a man is happy, because I'm not the source. You have all this power, this aura, this energy radiating from you, radiating around you, kind of like hovering around you, and I'm not the source of that. So it makes me, in my insecurity, think that you don't really need me. You know, what's making you so happy? Why should you? I'm the prize. I'm your world. I'm the center of your universe. How can you be laughing? How can you be enjoying life if it's not because of me? A lot of modern women think that way.
I have to say I feel sorry for some of you men out there in the dating world, because it is 2025. I'm a 38-year-old female, and these women out here even confused me. Some women out here putting Jesus in their bio, but then you go look at their stuff and it's nothing but thirst traps, lustful, seductive content. I mean, the modern day woman calls serving your husband oppression, but yet will have no problem going out and serving a male boss and cry that that's empowerment. And real feminine energy is not marketing like the modern day woman might tell you. Y'all are in seduction and femininity like completely confused. And I've said it before, but a lot of women have this long laundry list of unrealistic criteria that they want in a man, but yet they bring nothing to the table. And we don't talk about that. We tell the women, no, you are a queen, you will be treated as such, but we're not teaching women how to be wives these days. And I would go out on a limb and say that most of the women out in the modern day dating culture do not actually have standards. They have entitlement and accountability, a woman's kryptonite. Some of you ladies are going to alone still blaming men for the choices that you made.
When you flip on the TV or, whatever media you're using, you're not hearing about the women usually. It's about the men's game. So, that's so critical.
The women got a pool or got paid out from a pool of $30 million from the Women's World Cup. The men would draw from a pool of $400 million, okay? $400 million, $30 million. Why is that? It's because the Men's World Cup generates $6 billion in revenue. The Women's World Cup generates $131 million in revenue. If you want to talk about pay disparity, the Women's World Cup players get paid out 20% of the total revenue. The men get paid out 7%. As a percentage point, they are getting much more. The problem is, for anybody desiring equal pay, and by the way, I think equal pay is a ridiculous concept in and of itself. If the women generate more revenue, they should get paid more than the men. Don't strive for getting the same, strive for getting what you're worth. And if you're worth more, then get more.
A friend of mine said, the sooner men realize, understand, and accept the fact that women don't make sense and they're not supposed to make sense, 99% of their problems with women will just vanish.
I find it odd how women want to be taken seriously, but simultaneously they infantilize themselves all the time. Like, they want you to see them. First of all, me preface this by saying I absolutely see women as my equals. That's what I'm saying, right? But I'm saying they want to be taken seriously, but they constantly degrade their own intelligence, right? Like, they said they should be treated equal in 2025 and this, that, and the third. But then they'll say something like, oh, I'm just a girl. What does that mean? Like, every time they think, oh, I'm such a girl, it's something about them making a joke about how incompetent they are. But why do you associate being a woman with being incompetent? Like, you're degrading yourself. So why are you doing that? Like, what do you mean that once you realize that a woman is a woman and they're not supposed to make sense, so you're just saying that there's no rationale in a woman's mind? Like, you're saying that women are not capable of reason, right? And why would you say that about yourself? To escape accountability for the time being? But all you're doing is putting down women's ability to be taken seriously at all. Let's say all men adopted the mindset of, once you realize that a woman's not supposed to make sense, all your problems will disappear. That means no man will ever take a woman serious in any regard because she doesn't make sense. She's not capable of rationale. She's not capable of being rational.
Men want what they cannot have. Men will do anything to solve the problem of scarcity. Anything. And there is one thing that men want more than anything else, and it's not Bitcoin. You know what it is. And as women have not been saving themselves for marriage, and men too, in the last 30 or 40 years, we've seen marriage rates collapse. If everybody in this room collectively said that we are only going to save ourselves for our future husbands, men will grow up in a way that you would never imagine. Hookup culture has given men everything they've always wanted. They don't have to work for sex. They don't have to grow up. They don't have to do anything. And then women will just throw themselves at them and they could stay as grown infants for the rest of their life. And unfortunately, it does a lot of damage to young ladies. A lot. It does a lot of psychological damage and a lot of spiritual damage. So if everyone here basically said, nope, we're going to combine our power and be pure and trust in Jesus and in God for our future husband, you would be shocked at how much the dating pool improves.
I do women have to prove their value, but men just have to show up.
I think it's the opposite. I think men have to prove their value and a woman just has to show up.
It depends on who you asking.
No, I think if you're pretty, you could get access to the parties, to the invite only, to the private yachts, to the billionaires club, just because they want to have you in the room. Now, we know what they want you in the room for, but if you're smart, you don't go for it. You work the room so that they invite you directly after. Whereas men got to earn the money, have the job, get the accolades, do the achievement in order to even almost have access to some of the things that she gets. Mm-hmm. So I actually feel like beautiful women get much more opportunities than men do.
Mm-hmm.
What y'all think?
It just depends on who you're asking.
Personally, I don't know the answer. I just feel like for me personally, I think that as a woman, I get more opportunities than a man because I think that men want me to be in the space, but they don't expect me to come with the character or the work ethic that I come with. And that's what keeps me in the room. What I look like might get me to the room, maybe if I know somebody, but what I'm built by or built of is what keeps me in the room.
Women who hate men make the best wives and girlfriends, and I will on that hill.
I've been hearing this particular argument put forth with ever-increasing frequency on social media. A lot of women are out there trying to convince men that they themselves that dislike men the most would make the best partners, when that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Their argument is that they don't seek male validation or male approval. Therefore, if they choose you as a man, then you win the dating lottery. But how much sense does that make? Who really wants to date someone that dislikes every single person of their gender except them? That doesn't really sound like a winning equation. I mean, just think about how often you're going to have to listen to them disparage men. But frankly, it seems like these women are trying to convince men of this because, well, I'm beginning to think that a lot of these women are just lonely.
Women attack men when they're happy.
Women attack men when men are happy?
Mm-hmm.
So wait, why do women do that?
Because happiness and power comes together in a man's body, and the power is scary. Happy shows up here. It shows up here, big happy, goes down the arms and high five, smack on the butt, spike the ball. That's a big happy. This is also where you experience power. The power terrifies us, especially if we don't feel connected to you, because we're afraid to use it against us. If we feel connected to you, then we're happy you're happy. If we don't, it's scary. And so we have to diminish the power. So we will attack them when they're happy. They come home, they caught a big fish, or whatever it was they did. If it wasn't something that I did that gave you that feeling, then that's a problem.
You're more excited to go out with your friends.
That's supposed to make you happy.
Why do you seem so happy to go on a trip with your friends? You don't seem as happy to go on a trip with me.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong for thinking this chick is crazy being married, right?
What's your name?
Huh?
What's your name?
I'm Jazz.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Dior.
you.
Where you from?
I'm from Texas.
Texas?
Yeah.
What part? Houston?
Hell no.
Hell no. You said hell no. You don't like Houston?
I'm just not from Houston.
Nah. You look amazing.
Oh, thank you.
You live out here?
Huh?
You live out here?
No, with my sister.
You have Instagram I can get?
I can't. My
Why?
husband will whoop my ass. I'm married.
You got a husband?
I'm married.
Where your ring at?
Huh?
Where your ring
I
at?
took it off. I don't need to wear it.
You took it off.
I took it off.
Why you took your ring
I'm
off?
on vacation. Why do I need to wear a ring on vacation?
Yo, there's no way you gonna tell me this is a good wife right here. Not only is she entertaining dude, but she shook his hand, giving him the time of day. Like for me, real wives don't play that, bro. They like leave people on red in person. They straight up ignore them, and if it gets to that point, yo, leave me alone before I scream, well, I'm married, leave me alone. Like they just walk away from the situation. They don't entertain at all. This chick telling them where she lives, all this she entertaining them, and then he asks for her IG, and she's like, nah, my husband will whoop my. I mean, if your husband FaceTimes you and find out you're not wearing your ring, he's not gonna whoop your. Cause that's the next thing. He was like, yo, you not wearing no ring? She's like, nah, man, I'm on vacation. I took it off. Like, I'm not gonna wear my ring on vacation. Like, you're not gonna represent that you married on vacation? Like, nah, when I'm on vacation, I'm not married no more. Like, this is the type of chick this is. Like, maybe he wasn't that dude, but guaranteed if the right dude came along, her type of dude that looked the way she wanted him to look and be how she wanted him to be, oh yeah, she not married. Nah, we good. I'm on vacation. I could do what I want. Then I go back home to my husband. These are the chicks you gotta watch out for. I can't believe she's even married. Her husband must not be that kind of dude with good discernment. Hell no. Like you say, oh, you look good. That's it. Good time, not a long time. You do not marry good time, but not a long time. This is just a fact. You leave them chicks in the streets, bro.
Why do men cheat with a less attractive woman?
You have to be worried about the unattractive women because those are the ones who want attention from a man who has a hot girl.
No, y'all still don't get it. Men cheat because they go to a woman that makes them feel respected, that makes them feel peaceful, and that makes them feel appreciated. It's not about looks. It's never been about looks. It's how that girl makes him feel.
And you listen to some of these people describe the dynamic in dating and how men are not approaching women anymore. And they say, well, you know, women are more alert now in public spaces. And, you know, first of all, as a man, you got to be willing to approach. If that means you're a little bit cringe, a little bit awkward, understanding and knowing how to maneuver in uncomfortable spaces, that's just what men have to do, right? But then we go down the line and we say, well, women are more alert. And so now that you as a man are in that uncomfortable and that awkward space, you have to learn how to navigate. You have to be self-aware basically and understand how do you look? Are you 5'7" or are you 6'1"? If you're 6'1", you come up on hey, how you doing? You come all up on the top of her, she like, what's up? What's going on? And she has a certain, maybe he's not dangerous, but the way he's standing over the top of me is kind of weird, right? Or if I'm sitting at a bar, you might be a little bit shorter. You right here on my arm. I can't really see you like that. I was like, what are you doing? Hey, how you doing? Who is that? Who's back there? You know what I mean? So I understand it from that perspective. But I think, number one, nobody should be humiliated. These modern women are humiliating men. That's the issue. It's not rejection. It's not being awkward. You can get through those. Sure enough. You know, you just take some practice. You go out there and once you realize, oh, that wasn't so bad. I mean, she didn't like me, man, but she didn't make me feel like trash. Well, not everybody's going to want to receive your attention. True enough. But once again, if you as a woman can go into a corporate workspace when you do your interview, you might not want to be that company or vice versa. You're expecting them to send an email and say, hey, you know, we appreciate your time, but we're going to move in a different direction. You're not expecting them after you've taken your time to get ready to study about their company and all that stuff. You're not expecting them just not to say anything to you. Especially if they say, you're one of our top candidates, you know, so we'll be in touch, and they never get in touch. It's like, it's no etiquette. They don't understand how to act. That's how modern women are today, and that's why men are not approaching. I can handle not being hired by this company. What I don't understand and what I don't appreciate is all the effort that I put in just for nobody to answer me. And then when I say, hey, you know, I'm calling to check and see if the job is still open. I've not heard from you guys in 2 weeks. Why are you calling? I mean, you just got to be patient through the process. Well, you know, I thank you. I appreciate that. But, you know, I was just kind of curious. That's all. Like I said, I hadn't heard anything from you guys. But you know what? Hey, I appreciate you giving me the answer. And you're more inclined as a person looking for that job, depending on if it pays really good money or, you know, kind of okay money. It's a little step up from where I am. You might say, I know I don't want to be treated like that. No money in the world is worth being disrespected. If you're already starting like this, off the bat, off top, I don't want to be involved in that. And you would walk away because they were trying to humiliate you and completely disrespect you. Now think about how men feel. Men are walking away because these modern women out here are trying to humiliate them and disrespect them. And then say that men can't handle rejection. No. Men can't handle rejection. They don't want to handle humiliation.